Hello, Roderick McCrandle of RAM Legal Services Ontario here. In the current rental housing market, how can landlords and tenants protect their rights and their interests? The first recommendation that I would give to any landlord or tenant would be to sign a valid lease, meaning the standard form lease issued by the Ontario government and available on their website. Any other lease that you sign may have clauses in it which could not be defended under the Residential Tenancies Act in a matter before the Ontario Landlord and Tenant Board. And this is the law that governs all landlord and tenant matters in Ontario, and the board is the body that upholds those rights. If you're a tenant and you have a conflict with a landlord that ends up coming before the Ontario Landlord and Tenant Board, there will be legal assistance there for you in the form of legal aid duty counsels provided by organizations like the Community Advocacy and Legal Center. However, if you're a landlord, that legal aid will not be there for you. And if you arrive unrepresented and unprepared, you will be at a marked disadvantage to your tenant in resolving that conflict. There are many different forms that have to be filled out and served on tenants and filed with the Landlord and Tenant Board to bring your matter forward. There's the N4, the N5, the N7, the N6, and many others. And to file these forms with the Landlord and Tenant Board, there's the L1, the L2, the L3, the L4, many different application forms to use. Which one do you use? How do you complete it? Each one is different. Each one has its own timelines. And if you don't prepare them properly, then your matter could be dismissed by the Landlord and Tenant Board without resolution. When do you file a certificate of service? Should you be filing a schedule of parties? What about a declaration or an affidavit? Which one do you use, and how do you know when to use each one? Paralegals like myself have training, education, and experience and understand how to take your matter before the Landlord and Tenant Board. We understand the forms and how to complete them. We know the timelines involved for when you should serve your tenants and when you can apply for a hearing. If you're going before the Landlord and Tenant Board to resolve a dispute or a conflict with a tenant, you need professional legal representation from a paralegal like myself, Roderick McCrandle of RAM Legal Services Ontario.